Thank you for making time to watch this short video presentation about the Secure Beef Supply Plan for continuity of business during a foot-and-mouth disease outbreak. This video will describe how the United States would respond to a foot-and-mouth disease outbreak, why the Secure Beef Supply, or SBS plan is needed, and how beef producers, livestock transporters, and packing plants can participate in the SBS plan. Foot-and-mouth disease, or FMD, while harmless to people, causes blisters in animals with cloven hooves, such as cattle, pigs, sheep, and goats. It is the most contagious disease of livestock. However, it is not a public health or food safety concern. Normal-appearing cattle can shed FMD virus in bodily fluids like saliva, urine, milk, and even semen 2 to 4 days before clinical signs appear. FMD virus is very easily spread to other animals on vehicles, people's clothing or footwear, and equipment that can carry the virus in saliva, manure, or dirt. Foot-and-mouth disease is discussed in more detail in another video. Foot-and-mouth disease has not affected United States livestock since 1929. However, if FMD were diagnosed today, state and federal officials would turn to USDA's Foot-and-Mouth Disease Response Plan, also known as the Red Book, to respond to this very contagious livestock virus. The Red Book provides guidance on setting up control areas around infected premises, which are farms with livestock that test positive for FMD. The size of the FMD control area could be as small as a 6-mile radius from the infected premises for one farm, or very large, such as an entire region if several farms have positive animals. Movement controls will be put in place in the control area to limit FMD spread. This will include moving animals between premises and 2 packing plants. How would that affect your business? This brings us to the need for the Secure Beef Supply Plan. The SBS plan provides a continuity of business plan for cattle operations in control areas that are affected by movement controls, but not infected with FMD, so they can continue to move cattle. Cattle ranchers, feedlot operators, livestock transporters, and packers rely on cattle movements to provide quality beef products to grocers and consumers. The SBS plan provides guidance for moving cattle that have no evidence of FMD infection to harvest and to other premises, which could minimize lost income across sectors of the beef industry. The SBS plan provides guidance for an operation with no evidence of FMD infection to move cattle between premises and 2 packing plants. It is the result of years of collaboration between the beef industry, universities, states, and USDA. Participation is voluntary. The SBS plan, funded by USDA, also provides resources to help producers protect their herd from FMD exposure. The full 7-page plan can be found on the Secure Beef Supply website at securebeef.org. The SBS plan recommends getting a National Premises Identification Number, referred to as a Prem ID or PIN, for any operation that houses animals. PINs can be requested from the office of your state animal health official. The PIN includes a valid 911 address and a set of matching coordinates, the latitude and longitude, reflecting the actual location of the animals on the premises. Having a validated PIN speeds up communication and response during an outbreak. Routine biosecurity is not enough when it comes to protecting cattle from FMD exposure. The SBS plan includes biosecurity guidance based on how FMD spreads. Producers can work with their herd veterinarian and use a self-assessment checklist, corresponding information manual, and template to develop an operation-specific, written, enhanced biosecurity plan. These resources are all available on the Secure Beef Supply website. The biosecurity guidance includes implementing a line of separation, or LOS, as noted by the red line on the screen, to limit movement of FMD virus to areas where animals may be exposed. The line of separation is a clearly identified boundary around or within an operation to separate off-farm from on-farm movements. To visualize the LOS concept, picture the operation as a castle. Think of the LOS as a moat around the castle, and the drawbridge is the access point, controlled by the operation. The operation decides when to lower the drawbridge and let in any vehicle after it has followed appropriate biosecurity measures, such as being cleaned and disinfected. Biosecurity steps and the line of separation are covered in more detail in another video. Another component of the SBS plan is surveillance, looking for FMD in the herd. If your operation is in a control area, surveillance may involve periodic farm inspections by regulatory officials. Unfortunately, there are no cow-side tests that quickly tell if an animal is infected with FMD. Inspections and testing can be supplemented by personnel observing animals daily, looking for clinical signs or changes in production. The SBS website includes resources to accomplish this. Abnormal findings must be promptly reported to regulatory officials. Surveillance is covered in more detail in other videos. Let's recap the many components of the Secure Beef Supply Plan. In order to move cattle from a control area to another operation or to a packing plant, producers will need to request a movement permit. Enhanced biosecurity for the livestock truck, driver, and the entire cattle operation will be needed to prevent FMD exposure. Surveillance during an outbreak will be necessary to ensure only cattle from herds with no evidence of FMD infection are moved to other premises. These components can provide continuity of business for producers who choose to participate. It is important to note that the SBS plan is guidance only. In an actual outbreak, decisions will be made by federal and state officials based on the unique characteristics of the outbreak. Remember, FMD is not a public health or food safety concern. Meat is safe to eat.
The SBS plan provides the tools to protect cattle in the beef industry during an FMD outbreak. Talk with your state animal health official about participating in the plan, or visit securebeef.org to learn more and to find the resources described in this video. The Secure Beef Supply Plan was funded by USDA. This video was written and produced by the Center for Food Security and Public Health at Iowa State University College of Veterinary Medicine.